getting the project to install. Oh wait, hold on a second. I just ran the I'm a step 2 of the project setup page on GitHub,
Mhm.
and for some reason it's not able to. Oh wait, I need to that's the gem file. Just hold on.
Uh, I meant where are you located geographically as well?
Geographically, I'm in Toronto now, actually.
Oh, Toronto. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, good. I hear that's a
yeah.
great city.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's a nice city to be.
Mm.
Where are you in?
I'm in Massachusetts,
Oh,
not that
cool.
far from you, in fact, about 30 miles west of Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I heard. I heard.
mhm.
Yeah, there's plenty of really nice cities, sort of like on the like nearby the East Coast, and just so happens that cities like Massachusetts and so no cities like Boston are not far from here.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean to get up to Toronto at some point. Love to get up there and look at it, but just it's easy to put off. At some point, I will. Been to
Mhm.
Montreal, been to a few other Canadian cities, but never to Toronto, and it's so close.
Yeah, and well, I'm actually. This might sound sort of weird, but I just found that like Toronto's a really big city,
Hmm.
but I've always but throughout my schooling years, I always sort of grew up and I hung out with just in a very just in like a very particular spot, like in a very small district.
Hmm.
But as soon as I got into work, it's almost like it's such a big city that there's other parts of Toronto that I never quite got to experience before.
Uh-huh.
So it felt kind of strange. It's almost like you grow up and you're in a small world, and
Hmm.
then you realize just how big the city is, and just how there's so many things that you just didn't realize are happening.
Yeah.
But I could imagine the same things happening in other big cities like Boston.
Hmm. Well, it's exciting because you still can explore your immediate environs without being bored and feeling like, well, there's not enough here for me. So that's a good
Yeah,
way. That's a
yeah,
good thing
yeah.
from that point of view.
Yeah, you don't wanna feel too complacent. So I guess like constantly noticing the changes around you,
Hmm.
and it just makes it so much more. I think it just makes so much interesting.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I hear that. So, how are you coming with the installs so far?
It's currently installing the gems. It's gonna take
Okay.
quite a while, so I hope I don't stall too much of your time. I'm still in step 2 right now, but I have quite a long way to go.
Okay, so let me give you what you're going to need in, what is it, step three? We install the application YAML file.
Um, I'm not at the YAML yet. I'm actually finishing
Okay.
installing the gems.
Yep, yep. So let's see, what's the next step? Yeah, you're going to need to put that application YAML file there.
Okay.
I will, I'll go ahead and send that to you on Slack.
Sure.
Get over there. That was Slack. There we go. So I sent the file via DM to you on Slack.
And this is the file application.yaml that I need to add the piece of code in.
Yeah, you just take that file. We'll take the contents of that and put it in a file, application YAML, in your config directory.
Config.
And yeah,
Got it. Still installing. I'm actually it's currently installing Nokogiri.
hmm, that's a really, really big gem, evidently. It always stops and thinks about that for a long time.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. So once you get the YAML in there, then you do. Are you? What kind of machine are you on? Are you on a Mac or?
Yeah, I'm on Mac. I'm on Mac OS 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that would be. Is that the latest version? OS 10. I got 10.12.1. So you must be on the latest too.
Yeah, it's let's see. I actually don't even remember the version it is, but I do constantly update it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's yeah, it's 10.10.5 Yosemite.
10.10.5.
Yeah.
I am at 10.12.1. I'm on
Nice.
Sierra. macOS Sierra is the latest version. I
Hmm.
want to get that updated at some point. But anyway, you're fine with what you got in any case for this project.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I found the Mac is a lot easier to work with than trying to do Ubuntu on a virtual machine or something like that. As you know, all
Yeah,
the Rails people are all on Macs anyway, right? So, and it's
yeah,
all Unix underneath.
it's great to work with a bunch of coders who have like sort of the same kinds of machines to work with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Have,
So, go ahead.
oh, have you ever just a question of curiosity, have you ever tried using Ruby on a PC before? Like on Windows?
No, I haven't. I haven't been on Windows for years now. I switched my home.
Yeah.
The only time I've been on Windows was when I my last job.
Hmm.
I'm between jobs right now. Had to do Windows. Most corporations are on Windows, right? But I
Mhm.
never tried to do any development on a Windows machine. Have you yourself done that?
No, it's just something that kind of got me thinking
Mm-hmm.
because it seems like it just seems like Ruby is nowadays is pretty much on all Mac, like all Mac or even Unix machines, but I've never seen anyone trying it on Windows. So I'm just curious.
We did have somebody who joined the project in. She was in India. Sandhya, she may come back. Right now, she's inactive, but she initially tried to start on Windows, made a valiant attempt at trying to make applications stand up and work on Windows, and she finally moved to Ubuntu, I think,
Hmm.
as a virtual machine within Windows. It seemed to be painful. I
Mhm.
know it's supported. You can run Rails on Windows, you can do Ruby on Windows, all of that stuff, but it seems to be the path of least resistance is definitely a Mac or Linux.
Hmm.
Trying to
For,
do it on Windows, I think is, yeah, don't beat your head against that brick wall too much.
for sure,
Go around it.
it's a lot less of a headache.
Exactly.
I'm actually on config right now, but I don't see the YAML file. So like, do I have to create it myself?
Yeah, you'd have to create that file, put the contents of the file I uploaded to you. Just download it, in fact, to your config directory.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm getting ready to add the contents in.
Okay.
Great. So I guess I'm in step 4 now. Do I need to
Mhm.
do I need to hold on? Oh, so the next thing is I just migrate the database, right?
Yeah, I don't. If since you're on Mac, you may not need to bundle exec. You could
Right.
just try rake db micro. Yeah.
Okay, great. Let me give that a try.
Do you want to share your screen so I can see what's happening?
Uh,
So if you go to the left on there, you should see a pull-out little pane there, and it has a green box with an arrow in it. You can click
yeah,
on that. Sure.
yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I don't know what we do without Hangouts. It's a pretty cool tool.
It is very convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the meantime, it's working its way to migrate, but I'm
Hmm.
gonna share the application window with you
Okay.
in a
Cool.
moment. Okay, here we go.
All right. See it?
Yep.
Still thinking about migrate, huh?
Yeah, could take quite a bit.
Yeah. How much memory does your Mac have?
Not too sure actually. How do I find that out?
Well, if you just go to the Finder, just your standard, yeah.
Oh, it just finished. So I'm gonna seed it now.
Oh, usually when we migrate, it tells us what it's doing. It didn't list all the migrations it was doing?
Yeah, it just did all the migrations in like a split second.
Oh, wow, that's fast.
Yeah.
I didn't see it spitting out the migrations one by one. Did it happen? Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, it just happened all at once.
Ah,
Like, yeah, and now I'm seeing it,
yeah, okay.
and hopefully soon afterward I could run the test and I get started.
Yeah, we'll have to look at, for Cucumber, we may have to install an older version of Firefox. We have issues with the current version of Firefox, but we'll walk through that. The instructions have something in there about that.
Okay.
All right, so seated. Interesting. You must have, in something in your environment, you've turned off verbosity or something, telling you what's happening. Actually, no. The DB seed will be, it does put S periodically to tell you what's going on, so it's working its way through it.
Okay.
Looks like you're okay.
That's
But the
good.
DB migrate, usually you see that each migration file that's working on it tells you, migrating this file, migrating that file. Surprised that didn't show up. But anyway, it's there because otherwise seeding will work if the database is not created.
Yeah. Now it's telling me to protect the seed data that's currently being added. So I see that there's like 200 companies and 300, more than 300 company addresses and 200 jobs.
Yep, all this fake data that we use for development.
Yeah.
That's probably bigger than it needs to be. We create a lot of objects. I want to slim that down so the seeding takes less time, but because it does consume time, all that object creation.
Wow.
But it's good to have all the data in there for testing and development.
Got it. Is there like a gem for you to create the seeds, or like did you use it like with Faker or something?
We do use Faker. We use both Faker as well as FFAKER. There's two Fakers. I'm not sure why the person who was doing it chose to use two different gems, but anyway, we do. We create a lot of fake data that way. You'll see it when you run the app. There's some Latin in there, some ipsum lorem type stuff.
Got it.
And there's fake data as well coming from the Faker gem.
Got it.
Which is really cool. It does a pretty good job. Although I do find that sometimes you have to watch that it can repeat the same fake, say, job title or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have to watch. You can't assume that it creates unique values each time for the Faker data. I've run into that problem before.
Got it.
So we get past that. We'll it should be done fairly soon, and then we can run rake spec, which will take a while, and Cucumber as well. When you run rake Cucumber, it'll take maybe up to an hour. There's a lot of tests there.
Oh wow!
And when you do that, one test, is it one test? I think one test may fail because of Cucumber. So when we run Cucumber tests, we have three different types of Cucumber tests, Vincent. One is just a straightforward test that doesn't require JavaScript. And for that, we just use the standard WebDriver that comes with Capybara. I think it's called rack test.
Right.
And then there are tests that require JavaScript to be enabled. The standard WebDriver and Capybara cannot handle JavaScript.
Right.
So you have to tell it to use either Poltergeist or some other tool that can handle JavaScript. So we use Poltergeist or Selenium.
Right.
Poltergeist is a so-called headless WebDriver, which means it runs, it handles JavaScript, but it doesn't pop up the screens and show you what it's doing. It doesn't require a head, in other words. Selenium is head full, if you will. It pops up the screen and shows you what's going on. It just pops up the browser. It requires the browser to be present and actually instantiated for it to work. And so we've gone through a process of moving the Selenium test over to Poltergeist because it runs faster and you don't have all these annoying browser windows popping up.
Yeah.
But there was one test that I wasn't able to get working in Poltergeist, so it's still using Selenium. And so there's one test there. Selenium requires, in our environment, an older version of Firefox. Selenium pops up Firefox and shows you what's going on within that browser. And the new version, if you have Firefox like 48 or 49 or whatever the latest version is, that test will fail because Selenium has problems with the latest version of Firefox. And so we have to use a prior version. Version 46 is what we're using for that particular test to work. Okay, looks like you're done seeding.
Great.
So, excuse me.
No worries. I actually not sure, but I would like to continue finishing running these tests with you, but I might have to leave my house at around 7:30 to get to work.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, let's do this. So why don't you continue on when you get a chance?
Yeah.
When you run Rake Spec, hopefully we're in good shape and they fly through. With Rake Cucumber, I expect... What version of Firefox are you using? Do you know?
Let's see. Not. I get Firefox for you just a bit. Hold on.
Yeah, there you go.
I haven't used Firefox in quite a bit. Simply because for some reason lately, when you click on any random spot, it just pops up an ad. So I think that there's something strange with Firefox, which is why I don't use it very much on lately.
Yeah, okay. So you may have a... But if you go into, what have you got there?
47.0.
Yeah, so that'll break us on that Cucumber test. So that's okay.
So I need to go to I need to use a prior version, like 46.
Yeah, and then the instructions in the setup show you how to do that. So when you get there,
Got it.
Just or downgrade Firefox, and that should get you past that sticking point. So continue on.
For sure.
It'll take a while, and then we can connect up tomorrow. If you join the Scrum tomorrow, maybe after that we can connect. And
tomorrow I'll
So I've got a story already picked out that we can go through and talk about how we can create a test for it. There's a bug, or if there's a bug, more of an enhancement required. So we can create a test and then talk about how to fix that particular problem, and then move on from there.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Pat. And I'll definitely pick up tomorrow, finish running the test, and get Firefox set up, and I'll take a look at the Cucumber stores with you.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, thank you so much, Patrick, and have a great day.
All right, you're welcome, Vincent. You too. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye now.